Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your March the 6th, 2026. Well, the calendar says March, but it sure doesn't feel like it outside. Temperatures well into the 80s. I've seen some people even down at the Lake Chattooga actually doing some sunbathing in the bathing suits and feeling like it's a, regular warm spring day. And unfortunately, we're going to pay for this, folks. I really do. I think we're going to go from one extreme to another. And I'm going to show you an example of that on the latest European run. And we're going to have to deal with some thunderstorms. We do have a risk of some severe weather going in for tomorrow evening. We'll track the latest on that as well. But before we get into all this, if you're new here to our channel here on YouTube and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me introduce myself. I'm meteorologist Greg Majewski, and I am on a mission to build a professional 24-hour weather channel, and I could sure use your help. Doesn't cost you anything, real simple. All you gotta do is please subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content, because if you don't do that, YouTube will not alert you that we have done some weather updates or to alert you for doing any kind of severe weather live coverage. All right? Anyway, let's get into this update here for today as we're taking a live look there in Braselton, Georgia, outside my back door where it's 82 degrees outside. Boy, it is very warm out there. A lot of sunshine, a few clouds around. Looking over toward Lake Chattooga as well. A beautiful afternoon with some bubbling clouds. You'd think it was a summer day looking at the clouds like that across the area. And we do have some showers and thunderstorms in the area. I'll show you here in just a second. In fact, let's go do that right now. We'll talk about that as we can take a look at the live radar right now as we had some rain and some thunderstorms here that moved through the Athens area early this afternoon, moving up toward Dansville and seeing it all the way back over toward Rockdale County and toward Conyers and over toward into DeKalb and going through Atlanta. Up here across northwest Georgia, a few near Calhoun had a few showers as well, a little more spotty down this way, but nice little cluster of storms here that continue to move up to the north and east. So this might work its way in toward Toccoa, Homer, and Gainesville here for this afternoon. So again, just kind of hit and miss scattered storms, and you swear it was like a regular summer afternoon, but not the case. Okay, shows up very nicely here on the satellite picture. This is the visible imagery. You see the cloud tops kind of blowing off some of these thunderstorms here across North Georgia here for this afternoon. I think we'll see an isolated amount for tomorrow, but the big news tomorrow will be the cold front moving in. That's going to be kind of weakening as it approaches, and that's what's going to be setting off some potential active weather our way. And we are seeing warm temperatures, all across the south. Temperatures well above normal here. Scattered storms over to Mississippi and Alabama, Florida Panhandle, just all over the place. So as we watch this system come on in, it's going to be setting off some severe weather. And here's the current update from the Storm Prediction Center here for day 2. Now, the yellow areas over toward Mississippi and over toward Arkansas and Louisiana, that's a level 2. But for us here across North Georgia, it is all, marginal. So, and the reason for that is this is going to be coming in at night, not during prime heating. So likely is that this will lose a little bit of its kick and its punch as it's moving on through. So let's go ahead and take a look at the model data here. We're going to take a look here at kind of a radar representation here on the 3-kilometer NAM here. It's going to watch the scattered stuff for today, kind of move on out. And then we're going to track this line of storms here. Notice by the noon hour across western Tennessee back into northern Mississippi, and this will be tracking our way. And it's you kind of see it here on the net. It's just losing its punch as it moves on into the area here, going into Monday morning. So that is that one. The high resolution model here is a little bit more robust with it. We'll go and switch over to the high resolution here to kind of do it for comparison here. This is the 18Z coming in here, and I'll back this up for you here so you can kind of watch this as it goes through. You see the line coming on by noontime. And as we go into the evening hours, it's going to start losing a little bit of its punch as it goes into the evening hours because the atmosphere is starting to cool down. So, again, not expecting a whole lot out of this. If we do see an isolated severe thunderstorm, I favor the northwestern zones first before anybody else, but we'll watch this closely as we go through the day for late tomorrow. Now, as we look at the rainfall total amounts, again, I think isolated amounts of 1 inch plus, not out of the realm of possibility with some of these storms as they push on through. Again, nothing too widespread with these, but we'll be watching the thunderstorms as they pass through the area, and then probably linger into some rains on Sunday. Sunday's going to have a better opportunity for rains than compared to on your Saturday, but the best timing right now for those storms does appear to be after 6 o'clock into the evening hours. All right. Now, the other part of our weather story has to be these above normal temperatures. I told you, we're going to pay the price for this, folks, and I want you to watch this. This is the temperature anomaly map here on the European, showing some temperatures here, some 20 plus above normal here across North Georgia here going in for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to take you through when that next real significant cold front comes on through here. So a lot of red on this map. You're going to stay that way pretty much all next week. Very, very warm here. All next week, going into Tuesday And, going in toward Wednesday, look at your Wednesday afternoon, again, running well above normal. And then we got a cold front that's going to come on in. You see the front here coming on in. This is the first front that's going to kind of cool us down just a little bit, okay? So by the time we get toward Thursday, we're seeing below normal temperatures coming back in here briefly. This is not the real cold one, though, because we're going to warm right back up again. As you can see, going into that Saturday, we're back to above normal temperatures again by Saturday afternoon by 10, 11 degrees. And then we're waiting for the big one to come in here going into Sunday and Monday. So look at this. By Sunday afternoon, some 15 degrees above normal the following weekend. And then we're going to watch this cold front. Very sharp front coming on in here going in toward Monday. And look what this thing does. I mean, wow. Just really bottoms out. We're talking some 25 degrees colder going into that Monday evening. And then setting up for a very frigid cold, some 20 degrees below normal there across the area going into St. Patrick's Day on the 17th. So we've been tracking this day for a while. So we look for model continuity. I think we're pretty locked in. It's either going to be the 16th or 17th on the timing of it. But what will fluctuate is the depth of the cold air and then perhaps the timing going left or right a little bit. So that's what we got to watch here as we get closer. So don't think winter's done with us yet, folks. That's my main message for you here. All right, so let's look at your forecast maps here as we kind of go through the next week here. This is from our friends from the National Weather Service here. Kind of watch as we go through tomorrow. Again, the best rain chances coming in late tomorrow, going into tomorrow night. And that'll linger into your Sunday as well. Sunday looking a little wet. And then that old front's going to kind of decay on there. And the rain chances will back off going into Tuesday. Then we'll watch for this next system coming in toward Wednesday and Thursday. That'll be the next one. That'll bring us back to seasonable temperatures, I think. By the time we get toward Friday, we're going to go out. And right now, Weather Service has got all this stuff painted on here for Friday. I don't. I went ahead and took the rain out. I got mostly sunny skies on there for Friday for right now. So if it changes. But I do see mostly sunny, and I do see it's getting back to more seasonable type temperatures. All right. So here's our forecast here for tomorrow: 77, 61. Isolated chance of a thunderstorm, mostly cloudy skies here across most of North Georgia. Morning lows, very balmy, lower 60s. These are close to what our normal highs are supposed to be. And some evening showers and thunderstorms for tonight. Daytime highs tomorrow, again, a mix of 70s and 80s again out across the area. They're mostly cloudy. The best rain chances coming in from the northwest zones coming in after 6. That's what the timing currently is, and going into tomorrow evening, okay? Regionally looking like this. Again, the whole southeast looking very spring-like, 80s all over the place. 84 in Jackson and Nashville and Columbus, Georgia, Charlotte, Jacksonville. Everybody pretty warm with some scattered storms around. And here we go with the next 7 days, all right? So we're going to cool things off eventually. All right, Sunday not going to be quite as warm because of cloud-covered rain chances, the highest on that day. Then we're going to warm things back up to near 80 degrees by the time we get to Wednesday. We cool things off with the cold front on Thursday, so it's 70-58. And notice by Friday, I've got 60-40, which is actually pretty close to where we're supposed to be for this time of year in the ballpark. So we get back to reality as we head toward the end of the 7-day next week. And then through the weekend, we got a really cold shot if that holds true. We got another week to watch it, subject to change that far out. But there is a significant pattern change taking place with a big ridge out in the west. So it does make sense to me that we'll see some sort of a big cold shot coming down. It's just a question of how cold is it going to be when it finally makes its way back into our area. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the YouTube channel. Please give us a subscribe. And very importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted. Because if you don't, then we can't be of service to you. You got to be alerted when we're doing all these updates for you. And for our live sphere coverage. I'd love to have you on board. All right, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you on Monday. You guys have a great and safe weekend. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.